What time is it? Game time.
Just watching this, it gets you more and more pumped up. Like, man, you miss it.
Welcome to Roundball Rap. I'm Marc Spears from ESPN's The Undefeated. On this special edition, we reflect on the first two episodes of ESPN's The Last Dance. I'm joined by my co-host and former NBA All-Star Kenyon Martin and our special guest, Bulls star guard Zach LaVine. First two episodes of The Last Dance, boy, man, Zach.
It's good.
Those first two episodes, man, like, what did you think?
They were great. I tweeted out right afterwards. I said, I wish I could have watched. I could have literally watched all 10 of them right now. So, at least it gives me something to do. Looking forward to each weekend. But it was a lot of fun, man.
Part of my childhood was, even though I wasn't a Bulls fan growing up, I was still a Michael Jordan guy. I was a Pistons fan growing up, but just to see it now, man, to see it all, what it was all about, huge.
So episode 1, man, is centered around Michael Jordan and his early days, not just with the Bulls, but growing up in North Carolina. Zach, everything you saw in episode 1, what was the most interesting thing to you about Jordan, and what did you learn about him that you perhaps didn't know already?
Kenyon was older, so he could really understand it. I was young when I first really got into Jordan. I was born in '95, but I didn't really understand how much of an addiction of competitiveness he had. It was it was off the charts. It literally, you hear about people saying, I don't like to lose or different things. It really bugged the hell out of him. It got to him. So I didn't realize how mentally competitive he was.
Kenyon's son and Scottie Pippen's son were actually teammates at Sierra Canyon in LA. I know, Kenyon, you spend a lot of time with Pip now. What did you learn about Pip in episode 2 that perhaps you didn't know?
For one, the contract situation. I knew Pip had signed I had heard that it was a bad deal, but you didn't know I never knew the numbers about it. But I understood why. I understood why he did it. Coming from a small town in Arkansas, he was the second best player on the best team in the league, and he was the 6th highest paid player on his team.
122nd in the league.
That's crazy.
That's
because if you really, really sit down and think about it, he wasn't just the second best player on the Bulls. A lot of people might say he was the second best player in the league.
I was with my mom, my dad. My dad said, I didn't even know that. It's crazy to think. Like you said, it's Scottie Pippen, and especially the situation you touched on, the situation that you come from, and everybody has a special situation that makes them good and makes them who they are, their background and what they came from and overcame. But it's just, it's alarming, like you said, that he had to deal with that while being, a top 5 player in the entire NBA for the last 10 years. That's crazy.
I come from a situation where I was a single. My mother raised me and my sister, no dad around. Mom was odd job after odd job to try to get ends of the meat. And when it was my turn to make my big money, I turned down the deal that everybody thought I should have took. Yeah. And I gambled on myself. I was able to overcome the previous year. So I get why Pip did, and everybody's situation and circumstance is different.
Long 3. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no! You're kidding! Oh! What I tell you, he's unbelievable.
So with you being a current member of the Bulls, how did you, if any way, did you notice the connection with your current team and the past teams that you can relate to now being a Bull?
I mean, obviously, team-wise, there's no comparison. That's a totally. I'm still trying to make my first playoff appearance, dog. So,
This is Jordan.
I think it's really cool seeing where they came from and how this all came about. And we're in a stage now to where even last year, I think we're at a place to where we were trying to make the playoffs, and I think we were good enough, but we just didn't play up to par. Nothing's going to be like that 90s years. And I think Chicago always relates it back to, the Jordan era. It's like, man, there's no one that's going to top that or even come close to it. It's Michael Jordan. So I think it's just cool to seeing where it came from, how it started.
Do you notice the championship banners? Do you notice Jordan and Pippen's jerseys up there? Like, do you pay attention to that, and what comes with that?
The first time I walked into the practice facility, I noticed it with the banners. So we have the banners hanging in the practice facility, and I came from Minnesota, and obviously, there wasn't a whole lot of winning in Minnesota, so it's not
Ain't no banners hanging up in Minnesota.
Ain't no, you know what I mean? Ain't no banners. So Chicago isn't hanging any other banner other than championship, and it's it's Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and those are the guys that you look up to. But Michael Jordan, those are everybody's inspiration. So you look up, you see that 23 up there, and you see the statue. It just puts you back in your place. Like, okay, this is somewhere special.
But you don't get the full effect until that music starts. To that introduction, man. It gave me chills my first time playing back there. It just brought back all the memories from those guys winning championships and just hearing that theme. That's crazy that you like that. That ring is universal.
It's so famous.
Yes, yeah. I'm saying universal. Everybody here that's that Bulls joint.
Yeah, that's that Michael Jordan.
It's crazy. Man.
I got a funny story, but I forgot about the Lakers. The first time I played there, I grew up a biggest Laker fan, Kobe fan, so I was excited to play against the Lakers in Staples Center. And I totally forgot about the banners falling down, the string falling down. And it almost hit me, and it scared the hell out of me. And I was like, "What is this?" I thought I was in like a movie. It was hilarious.
Yeah. It's like, for people that don't know, like a net falls from the scoreboard, the jumbotron.
Circle, yeah.
They didn't tell y'all nothing, huh? The cheerleaders are underneath it.
Nothing, because they know where to stand. We were all up on almost at center court.
Your career, man, you've been making a lot of noise this year and previous years as being a prolific scorer. Mm-hmm. What are you looking forward to learning more about yourself and your game and your teammates?
I've been able to step into more of a leadership role and just asking more of myself. I want to be able to come, and give more each year. And being able to do that is going back and looking at your faults. I think I took a step in the right direction this year with my defense, and I still have to continue to get better at that. I haven't won anything in my career yet. I'll do anything to get to it. Like I said, I'm trying to make the playoffs and help our team make the playoffs. And, I think that's my next step as a player, individually is getting onto that winning.
Yeah, I think you took a huge step, man. I'm a firm believer in if you can't critique yourself, then nobody else can help you get better.
What a ridiculous highlight! Zach LaVine does it again!
Just watching this, it gets you more and more pumped up. Like, man, you miss it.
Well, Zach, man, our last one for you, man, on Roundball Rap. We always end this way. We ask somebody what their top 5 is. So what's your top 5? Also, we're making you a coach of the Bulls. You can pick everybody. What's your top 5 players you want on your team?
Wow. Am I allowed to be in the starting lineup, or is it without me?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Candace Parker put you in hers on the show, so hey, you might as well
Candace,
put
my
yourself.
girl, man. She always going with me. I appreciate it. So look,
Candace rock with you.
I'm gonna go D Rose at 1. I gotta put me in there, so I'm gonna go me at the 2. Michael's bigger than me, so he can play the 3. Scottie at the 4, and I'll put Pau Gasol at the 5.
Okay.
I can rock with that.
Okay.
Pau Gasol was still really good with the Bulls that 1 year. He was also 18 and 8. So
man, you dug in the crates for that one. I'm impressed.
Well, there's only a couple dudes that shooting the ball on that team.
You know who that's gonna be.
Exactly.
Rest of y'all play D and rebound.
Everybody here, I might have to turn into a defensive player.
I can't say nothing.
Nah, we don't win though.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Most importantly.
Hey, Zach, man, love you, brother. Thank you for coming on. And, man, I hope we see you on an NBA court soon, man.
Everybody stay safe, man. All right, y'all take it easy, all right?
Love.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.